Welcome everybody, I'm Andrea Miller and I'm a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and certified diabetes educator at community hospitals and wellness centers in Bryan. And I'd like to welcome you all to Live It in a Pinch. Today we're going to be talking about eating healthier during the holidays. I'm going to show you a fantastic recipe to use up all that leftover turkey that you have from Thanksgiving. So I don't want to mess with your favorite holiday recipes, but it's important to make holiday eating last only one day. So I'm going to show you how to get back on track after the holidays. It also ties in what we've been talking about the past 2 episodes, eating on a budget. So since turkey might be a little bit more expensive this year, this recipe will show you a healthy way to use up all those leftovers and even use the bones from your turkey to get the most bang for your buck. We're making turkey tortilla soup today. The first thing we're going to do is get our vegetables chopped. So our vegetables are green pepper, onion, and garlic. Now that I have my onion and green pepper chopped, I'm going to turn on my stove. I need a big soup pot. And I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil in my pan, just a drizzle. I'm gonna add my vegetables to the pot. This is a really important step, to cook the vegetables a little bit first, to saute them, because it helps to develop some of the flavors and gives the soup a more complex flavor profile. So you're just gonna cook this for a few minutes until the onions and the bell peppers start to soften. The onion should be somewhat translucent and maybe a little bit brown too. So again, this sauteing of the vegetables is a really important step for developing the flavors. While our onions and bell pepper are cooking, I'm going to chop my garlic. If you don't have fresh garlic, you can use bottled minced garlic or garlic powder. Now that our onions are starting to brown, and they're a little bit translucent, the green pepper looks like it's softened, we're gonna add the garlic. And you just wanna cook that for a couple of seconds, just until you can start to smell it. You don't wanna overcook your garlic. You need about 6 cups of broth. You can either use chicken broth, or if you want to be even more budget friendly, you can use the bones from your Thanksgiving turkey to make your own bone broth. And there's a recipe for that on our Live It website. Now that we have our broth added, we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. So it really goes pretty quickly from here. We have 3 cups of shredded turkey or chicken. So hopefully you can use your leftover turkey that you've taken off of your turkey bones for this recipe. That's the idea, to again use those leftovers but in a healthy way. 1.5 cups of corn, preferably frozen corn because it doesn't have any salt added to it. A can of black beans that have been drained and rinsed. The black beans are gonna add lots of fiber and plant-based protein to this soup. And then we're gonna add some flavor with salsa. You can use whatever type of salsa you like, heat-wise. Bring this to a boil, and then when you're ready to serve it, you can top it with the tortillas that I'm gonna show you in a minute. While the soup is simmering, you're gonna take your corn tortillas. I just have basic corn tortillas, and I have 8 of them, and I'm going to slice them into strips. Sometimes I actually like to cut them in half so they're a little bit smaller. We're gonna bake them in the oven. I have a rimmed baking sheet with parchment paper on top, and then pop them in a 400-degree oven for about 5 minutes until they're starting to get golden brown and they're crisp. I have about 1 cup of cilantro, We're gonna put this in at the very end because you don't wanna cook herbs a whole lot because they start to lose their flavor, and we want as much flavor as possible to go into this soup. Cilantro actually has a lot of anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, so it's really good for you. We're gonna add a nice hit of nutrition into the soup. Now that our soup has been simmering for a while, add your cilantro, and then you can season it to taste with some pepper and a little bit of salt. Our soup is ready to serve. We can ladle it into a serving bowl. And I have our tortillas that we baked over here. So I'm just gonna put a few tortillas right on top of the soup. Because I like spicy foods, and spice is kind of refreshing after rich holiday foods. And spice can actually speed up your metabolism a little bit too. I'm gonna garnish it with a couple of jalapenos. And there is our turkey tortilla soup. And I can't wait to dig into this, and it's gonna make me feel so healthy after all that rich holiday food. Thanks for joining me today on Live It in a Pinch, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again next time.